The fading hues of twilight outside marked the onset of Adrian Connor's work shift. As a remote support worker for a major software firm, his responsibilities typically encompassed addressing software issues via email. His life was a symphony of keystrokes, the digital correspondence offering him a tranquil solitude. One fateful evening, an email dropped into his inbox at 10:01 p.m., like a stone breaking the serene surface of a pond. Expecting another routine troubleshooting request, Adrian clicked on the email. As his eyes skimmed through the contents, his heart froze. The email read more like a gruesome thriller novel than an innocent misdirection. It painted a horrifyingly vivid image of a man. Patchy beard, a distinct mole on the left cheek, an uncanny fondness for vibrant Hawaiian shirts. It went on to describe, with chilling detail, the execution of a murder, precisely 2 hours from then, at 12:01 a.m. The weapon of choice, an ordinary axe, was to be the instrument of this carefully planned death. A chill ran through Adrian's body as he read the email. His heart pounded against his ribs like a frantic prisoner as he reached for his phone. He dialed 911 with trembling fingers, his voice shaky as he spoke. 911, what's your emergency? A calm voice on the other end inquired. I've received a death threat. Not against me, but someone else. It came through my work email, Adrian stammered, each word a struggle. He could hear the operator typing as he spoke. Can you provide more details, sir? Adrian quickly relayed the details of the ominous email, the terrifying plan, the vivid description of the victim, and the precise timestamp. The operator, initially skeptical, quickly grasped the urgency in Adrian's voice. The promise of action was immediate, and Adrian provided them with the address included in the email. When Adrian pulled up to a nondescript suburban house, the flashing police lights gave the serene neighborhood an eerie, unsettling ambience. As he shared the email details with the officers once more, a man matching the email description opened the door, a bright Hawaiian shirt adorning his torso. He was bewildered, but willing to cooperate with the questioning officers. As the clock neared midnight, the atmosphere grew tense. Adrian kept his eyes fixed on the time, his heart pounding with each passing second. But as the minutes rolled past midnight, relief washed over him. The man was alive, engaged in lighthearted banter with the officers. Suddenly, the man's laughter was interrupted by a sharp, painful gasp. He clutched his stomach, his face contorting in agony. As he collapsed onto the floor, convulsing violently, the officers scrambled to call for medical help. Adrian stood in the shadows, a silent spectator to a horrifying play, the echoes of the man's laughter replaced by the chilling silence of death. The autopsy report revealed a chilling truth. The man had been poisoned 5 days prior. The poison was a slow-acting compound, a silent invader that did its lethal work unnoticed until the end. The man had not died from an axe attack as the email had suggested, but the predicted time of death had been eerily accurate. Back in his digital sanctuary, Adrian was plagued by guilt and fear. The memory of the man's abrupt transformation from laughter to pain haunted him. The sender of the email remained anonymous, a phantom hiding behind the anonymity of the internet. The murderer had orchestrated a crime that left no immediate traces, a game that was as cold as the slow-acting poison. Days turned into weeks, and then into months. Adrian lived in a state of constant fear, jumping at every email notification. He saw the man's face in his dreams, heard his laughter turning into strangled gasps. The once peaceful solitude of his job had been replaced by an overwhelming sense of dread, a shadow from which he could not escape. The man's death remained an unsolved mystery, a cold case that sent chills down the city's spine, but gradually receded from public consciousness. Yet, for Adrian, the nightmare was far from over. The email and the haunting memory of the man's sudden death had transformed his life into a living psychological horror. Unable to carry the burden alone, Adrian sought professional help. He found himself in the office of a therapist, offloading the weight of his guilt, anxiety, and the nightmares that incessantly haunted him. His therapist suggested he confront his fears head-on. Taking the advice to heart, Adrian decided to revisit the crime scene. Standing in front of the quiet suburban house, now a silent testament to the crime, a chill ran down his spine. He relived the night, the tension, the laughter, the sudden switch to panic as the man collapsed. Just as he was about to leave, A small, inconspicuous security camera caught his eye. Had the police overlooked it? With a sense of urgency, he brought this to the attention of the investigating officers. They obtained permission to access the footage, but it didn't offer the face of the killer. It did, however, show a mailman delivering a package to the house 5 days before the murder. The package led them to a small online company selling exotic teas. Records indicated that the victim had placed the order, paid for with an untraceable cryptocurrency. The tea was laced with the same slow-acting poison that had killed the man, a lethal drink disguised in the comforting familiarity of a favorite beverage. Although the identity of the killer remained veiled behind the digital world's anonymity, the revelation offered Adrian a semblance of closure. The fear that once held him in its icy grip slowly began to recede, replaced by a burning determination to unmask the face behind the fatal email. Days turned into months, which morphed into a year. Adrian's routine underwent a drastic change. He dedicated himself to understanding the intricate web of digital footprints, using his software expertise as a tool to untangle the complex knots of the online world. His quiet life of email support had transformed into a relentless pursuit for justice, a solitary crusade against the shadowy expanse of the digital world. The story is far from over. Adrian still searches, digging deeper into the internet's depths, looking for the face behind the email. The specter of that night still lurks in the shadows, a constant reminder of the horror he witnessed. But with each passing day, his resolve only strengthens. One day, he hopes to finally unmask the anonymous email killer. His once mundane life turned into a terrifying real-life psychological thriller. When you subscribe, be sure to hit the notification bell. Click here for more true scary stories.